I'd leave me for him.
Did you sleep with him?
No. Are you planning to? Yeah.
My name is Taylor Gates. I'm with Collider. First of all, congratulations on the show. It's legitimately one of my favorites on right now.
Oh,
and
that's so nice.
I love it so much. And one of my favorite things about it is the sort of secret, creative ways people communicate. Eidra circling the PM on the doctor's whiteboard when talking about the prime minister, I just found so clever. I'm curious if you guys have a favorite sort of like clever little moment like that, because the show is just so riddled with them.
Oh gosh, there are so many things like that.
I loved, I know we're talking about season 2, but I loved the Russian speaking in the office and writing a note.
Oh,
to Keri,
yeah. Oh, that was
she
incredible.
left and he had to do this whole rant.
Yeah.
She went and found out and then came back in.
Yeah.
I thought that was.
That's incredible.
But that's season 1. And hey, look, there's bigger and better ways that we do it in season 2. So it makes me come.
Yeah. I mean, we have like actual spy escapades in season 2 and operations that you get to see, which I think is fun.
What was the one with the bait and...
There's like there's a bag switch. There's also like the decoy. Obviously, there's stuff in Inverary Castle.
Yes, but the St. Paul's. There's a name for it, isn't there? There's a whole kind of.
There is an actual procedure taken from the spy manual. I think that's what it's called. Is the spy manual. It's an actual maneuver,
and that is possibly even better than the Russian thing in the office.
It's so good. I just like never know what's coming next. And David, we get some Dennison versus Hal this season, and seeing you and Rufus bounce off each other is just so much fun.
Isn't that
what
fun?
was it like getting to play with that element of things?
Oh, I love Rufus to bits, and it's just nice to kind of have a scene where two men are being very silly and peacocking, and it's just like, oh, we actually do this, don't we? We do this like women are our property or something. It's like so ridiculous, but incredibly fun to play. And like, he's sitting on the edge of his chair, so I sit on the edge of my chair and be a bit taller, and he's a bit taller, and then at the end he delivers a wonderful line, and we're like, okay.
And then Keri gets to be like, boys, stop.
I love it so much because obviously, the show is a drama, but there are so many of those fun comedic moments, and there are so many lines that make me laugh out loud, especially Eidra's. And one that I feel like I'm going to be quoting is "Go to cocktails and act normal" with your deadpan delivery. Just killed me. I'm wondering if you have a favorite Eidra line, or even just a favorite line in general.
Oh gosh. I think, you know what? I think that the way that I understood Eidra's sense of humor was in season 1. Let me see if I can get this right. She has a line where Hal and Kate are kind of, she's trying to question Hal, but Kate keeps interrupting. And I think Eidra says something like, I could use a little less of that.
That's my
something like
favorite
that.
Eidra line.
Yeah, but it's just like she's such a master of the like minimal but cutting remark. Just like very few words, but she only says what she needs to. There's nothing extra about her, which I think is fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I just have such a blast whenever you're on screen, and you too, David. I mean, Dennison goes through so much this season, and I'm curious how you think he's sort of feeling at the end of things after this whole journey.
It's funny because right at the beginning, which is where we leave season 1, that explosion, the world, his internal world, external, that completely changes. And so in many ways, the relationship between he and Kate, he just puts, and I'm sure Kate does, they just put it to one side. As we get to the end of it, it's like that, what they put to one side is like festering. And so I feel like he's like, this is not going to happen. This is not the case. And that's final, but that's like knocking on the door. And that's where we leave him. That's knocking on the door. But there's all of this, not sure who he can trust, if he can trust her, if he can trust his prime minister,
Everybody needs a drink at the end of the season. Everybody.
That's how he feels.
Everyone
needs a drink.
needs a drink.
we all need to go to cocktails and act normal. I also really love the personal dynamics that Eidra and Stuart go through. And I have to say, Pie is like the most adorable nickname I've like ever heard. I really, really liked seeing her get to be vulnerable, even though it did break my heart at the same time. So I'm curious for you, Allie, what kind of growing do you think that she sort of needs to do in her personal and like relationship life?
I think it's pretty obvious. Like, she doesn't really let much of her personal life happen. So, yeah, I think Eidra definitely needs to learn how to rely on somebody else. I think she needs to learn to trust people. And yeah, but it's hard because Stuart threw her under the bus. So even in the moment where she's like, maybe I could open my heart a little bit, she learns, no, she cannot trust anyone. So, but yeah, she definitely, I don't think her work-life balance is at all balanced. So that's probably where she's struggling.
Yeah, absolutely. And I have to talk a little bit, jumping ahead, about that insane cliffhanger that we're left on, because the show is just a master of those. I feel like every season I just jaw drop, gasping at the TV. What was your reaction upon reading it? And then what do you think your characters fear the most at the end of this season?
I mean, I think our reaction was your reaction. I mean, half of us were shocked, mouth open, like, huh? And then half of the cast was actually jumping up and throwing scripts. So I think we were all shocked and delighted. It's so juicy. I think, I don't say for Eidra, I think at the end of the season, what she's scared of is like, does she still have a job? And that's all I'm going to say. No spoilers.
I'm still in shock. I'm literally still, I was thinking, you asked me where my character's at. I just think if the world at the end of season 1, everything shifts, just when you think it can't shift anymore, it's like, well, now where are we? And it's so interesting to me, like in season 2, how I was saying from season 1 where Dennison's he's a bit slick and he's ahead of the game. Season 2, it's like not quite ahead of the game anymore. Season 3, like if that was to ever happen, where would he be?
He would still be at the bar.
He would still be at the bar drinking cocktails.
Just like, what am I supposed to do? Yeah.
I love it. Well, I'm definitely manifesting in season 3. I need that in my life.
Thank you.
Before I go, Allie, I have to say I'm really loving you on Agatha as well.
Awesome.
Allie on fall. I am theming it so.
Allie
Thank you.